Uh, you know, I had some things I was supposed to say. Some Hollywood actor. I mean, not actor, Hollywood. I mean, he's an actor, Broadway. I'm gonna talk about it later, but I got something else I'm gonna put out. I gotta go get the little, uh, whatever, so I can go to work tonight. But, my triumphant return to do 8 hours. It might just be one night. I don't know. We'll see how fast we get done. Maybe it'll get extended. Anyway, long story short, my thoughts, it just hit me. I was finna hop in the shower. It's still running, but so it got to be quick. Well, not really. This is an apartment complex. Water bill don't. Water heater don't. It's not like my house, old house. But anyway, uh, he didn't plan all this. George Soros. He literally didn't know who he was fucking with. I don't mean like fucking with, like he's fucking with us. He didn't account for, the American spirit. No, no. The people he put that he in Black Lives Matter, the lesbians, the like, what do you mean? The fuck ups. Because remember, I keep saying in my videos, I kept saying, and I said the reason I do shit like this, like come out here right now, from the very first video. I don't know if it's still up. I guess it's still up. It just whatever. I haven't gone through my library. My very first video, I said it when I first started discovering that they were upset. And this was before I discovered what exactly was going on, called gang stalking. So, but I started. It was just a year before, but I started noticing like they were mad. Well, I've been noticing like maybe since '08, they were getting mad. Like remember, like I said, they called me Big Shot. Da 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 da. Their egos. Remember, I kept laughing. The reason I laughed so hard, and not just because my military experience, but from TV shows. Mostly TV shows, as far as spies go. When you're a spy, movies, right? You're supposed to be covert, right? You can't let them get under your skin. You got to have a poker face. And they let me get, and I noticed they're trying to argue, and they would walk by, and like I said before, I had real information about the program. There were times people would, total strangers just walk by like they're trying to give me a hint. Just stop talking, and it didn't freak me out. But then I was so used to it, I just couldn't figure out how and why. But like I said, because it was by then, it was like 2013, 14, 15, whatever year those that, it's like I said, I use a fucking, piece of plastic, smartphone, that weighs about what, what, 15 ounces or whatever, and it's glass and plastic and da 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 da, and you can literally video chat across the globe if you know somebody, y'all got good connection. So it's like none of this is impossible. If you common sense, if you got a semblance of common sense, it wasn't impossible. So that's really how this program is kind of fucked up and not really gonna drive people crazy enough to do stupid shit. If they're smart, they're gonna be like, wait a minute, from everything I seen from when I was a kid, movies, but that was a movie, da 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 da. Video games, okay. The fact that you can play video games in the 90s on a fucking Game Boy or a Sega handheld, the Sega, all this shit. That means the technology gets smaller and smaller. And if you're a nerd or anywhere like a nerd, what is it? What was that it doubles every 12 months or whatever? So the technology, the microchip, I don't know, look it up yourself. I used to know it, but not right now, this very second. And that's from the 50s or 60s, so that's why the computers were so big. So as a kid, the computers were the size of this whole, the tape drives were the size of this shit. This whole fucking deck with them big ass tapes. Then by the 80s, it got smaller. It doesn't matter who, Apple, Steve Jobs, blah, 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 90s, Microsoft, Bill Gates. But the point is, the shit got smaller and smaller. See, that's what I'm saying. You cutting through the bullshit. You simplify. If you're smart enough, you simplify the shit. The technology is there. You don't know who Like I said, it took me all this time. Really, it's just been 3 weeks ago. George Soros. But at that point, you stop searching for who. And especially when I saw that they're mostly cowards. There's always the cowards. They're scary. And that makes it easy. Again, grade school, psychology class. Well, not grade school, middle school, when you start learning psychology. High school. Oh, okay. It is not exactly Freudian. Well, what I'm saying? People who are vulnerable. And you start noticing it's always the people in your life that were mad at other people. The people you had to tell, chill out, man, stop. He ain't doing nothing to you, da 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 da. Or either, you know, it might be the people that even told that, but that's what got me though. When sometimes it would be people that had that, that we had the same ideas. They would tell somebody else, hey man, she left you, whatever. The girl left him, but he's mad like that, dude. Just let it go. But and the rest of us, we know if that happened to us, you just let it. It's not a put down to women or females. It's just, hell, if she don't want you no more, it's not, no romantic fantasy where you're gonna win her back and, maybe you can, but why go through all? It's not even about embarrassment. It's like it's way too much other shit. And like I said, you might catch a charge or you might get killed, by her new boyfriend, her dad, her brothers, her cousins, whoever, her sister, her mama. Whatever, leave it alone. Move on. But anyway, all this is, we like, what you said all this to say what? They're fucking up because it's not just, it's really like going off the rails. And he couldn't have anticipated this. He don't know. He's not from America, and definitely not Black American. He don't know us, and he gave these folks money and an idea. And really, I don't even think they really mad. I don't think they fell for it like that. That they're mad and tearing up and was mad about George Floyd. He just gave them money and a free pass. Go ahead and act the fool. But what fucks them up, what they got angry about was not George Floyd. It's just like I would say. They got mad because people wouldn't, back down. But because they're lames. They're the lames who thought money, all the people they saw in their past, maybe high school. Hey, you like high school? Yeah, you got drug dealers in high school. Not dropouts, not older dudes who are coming. No, I'm talking about guys the same age. So they're mad at all the people who had money and they didn't have money. And some of them even graduated, went on to college. They were hustling. I ain't dry snitching. This happens in white schools. We all know it. They do it in college too. Your doctor might have been selling some shit when he was in med school to make ends meet. Not dry snitching, no. Y'all don't try to kill me, docs. But, but, so their egos got into it. That's what all the real violence, because the people wouldn't back down. They thought they had carte blanche. Because they said we're peacefully and they're anarchists. But where the guy Soros fucked up and his people fucked up, that they're not real. They say they're trained. The two little females that co-founded Black Lives Matter, the lesbians, they might be trained Marxists, but their people, you stupid bitch, their people aren't trained Marxists or trained anarchists. Their ego's gonna get in the way, so they're gonna fuck up. They're not trained. How the police might stand there and let them. Even they're gonna break. After a while, throwing shit in their face. Boom, boom. Oh, you can't do nothing. But the real reason that shit is breaking down, I ain't even talking about our side. I'm talking about the Marxists. It's because they're not trained. Like I remember, I've been saying it for years. Just keep doing what you do. That's why they're mad. That's why they're trying to. You can't touch us. Ha ha ha. No, they're mad. They're the ones who are fucking up. And it's not just to antagonize them. It's because they're gonna be they're not trained. They're not trained soldiers. They're not trained survivalists. They don't know how to act under pressure. They're gonna fuck up. They're gonna react. They're young. A lot of them are young, 19, 20. A lot of them are females. A lot of them are good-looking females. You're like, what does that have to do? Duh. Think about it, how they got the little stupid niggas out there following behind them. That's they got it's hot, they got the little booty shorts on, but they're females and good looking. There's good looking females like that, same type of females in the military, police force, all that. They might be, not as many, but the point is they're not trained like them. So they're gonna just react like a 22-year-old Instagram model. You can't talk to me, blah, blah, blah. Then the dude's gonna come to the rescue, and you ain't have to do nothing. All you had to do was say, stand in their way. We're protesting. You can't do this to us. That's why the shit is falling apart. I know a lot of people been said that it's not gonna work, but that's just historic. I'm saying why it's happening so fast is modern day black people. You're like, what? Why is that? Is that self? It's not self hating. It's not self hate. It's not hating on my race. It's just literally, I'm looking out for them. Like y'all don't know what y'all did. Like I keep telling y'all when you know something about something they don't know about. Like man, leave that dude alone. You don't know what the fuck. You know what I'm saying? He ain't playing with you. You think he's joking. He's laughing, but he's really finna smoke your ass. You think he goddamn playing. See what I'm saying? That's what this is about. You keep fucking with these folks, they are finna smoke. That's not self-hate. Actually, I'm showing the most love anybody that showed you probably in your whole fucking life. Because anybody else, they thought they just gonna let it happen. They just gonna sit back and let it happen. No, I'm telling y'all, I ain't trying to stop them. I'm telling y'all really don't know what y'all fucking doing. Y'all fucking up. Their egos. Y'all egos getting in the way. Y'all really they hyped y'all heads up. Is this the same thing? Everybody does it. Remember when you was little and you hyped your friend up to jump into, or whatever, or to get y'all made a ramp and it's a little too high. So the rest of y'all scared. But it's not a bad ramp that's gonna fall apart. But it's just over maybe a ditch. And you hype your one friend up to go do it. He ends up breaking his arm. He learned a lesson. The rest, maybe if we weren't trying to hurt him, I'm just saying, or whatever. This is literally, that's the level this movement, Black Lives Matter, is on. A bunch of little kids hyping each other up to do stupid shit. I bet you won't go pull a fire alarm. You know what I'm just saying? This is what this is on. Y'all are fucking 30-year-old fifth graders. Y'all are the equivalent of a 30-year-old fifth grader daring each other to pull a fucking fire alarm. That's what this level, that's the level that y'all motherfuckers are on. I'm trying to tell you. Leave it alone. Don't let them hype your heads up no more. Cause basically all y'all is like, what do they call it nowadays? The youngsters, the cool kids, LOL material. That's all. Y'all are like LOL material every single day. Just more and more LOL material. Y'all getting run over. Y'all get, just stupid shit. Just cut it out. It's not a good look. Yeah, you know how we used to say it's not a good look, cuz it's not a good look. Just cut this shit out. Just just go back to your normal lives and return everybody to their regularly scheduled program. Let everybody move on. It's not even a defeat. It wasn't even, y'all just was some bad. That's not a defeat. Y'all was some bad kids. Y'all was the little rascals. So y'all wasn't, wasn't, oh, we lost. No, y'all was just some bad kids who needed a foot in y'all ass. Y'all caused a lot of damage. But so, that's all it was. Y'all just let it go. Give it up.